We know very little other than that this was just an atrocious attack. We know that at least 11 children were killed. The reports of other civilians who were killed range from 50, 60, some reports over 70. Uh, we know that the attack happened in the early hours of the morning, and we know that the people who were killed were absolutely innocent. They were people seeking shelter, people praying in a mosque. It's an atrocious, unconscionable act. We don't know exactly how many children have been killed, but we know that hundreds of thousands of children are vulnerable. We know that malnutrition rates have skyrocketed. We know that there's some 450,000 children in Darfur who are at risk of malnutrition, who are acutely malnourished already. We know that food has not been able to get into certain el-Fasher area. We know that all of North Darfur is severely affected. We know that the disease rates are skyrocketing. We know that water and sanitation is hard to come by. You put it all together, you've got a package of an atrocious situation. Children are not going to school. Some 80% of children throughout Sudan are not in school. It's the largest education emergency in the world. The situation, of course, is particularly acute in active conflict zones, and this is an active conflict zone. We know that schools throughout the country have been targeted, have been hit by drones, by artillery. We know that schools are housing displaced people, and we know that unless children are able to go back to school, we're going to have another generation of child militia, another generation of fighters, not a generation of children learning and rising to their full potential.
Unfortunately, we had, been informed that it was actually under RSF, this attack. And we have reminded them that publicly and privately that, we are quite concerned about targeting civilians, targeting, the population, and particularly, hospital, mosque, and schools, and any other civilian premises. We do not see any change. Even worse, we've seen now more attacks on the civilian inside el-Fasher, and the difficulty for the people in el-Fasher to seek protection outside of the city. We had called as well for protected routes where people could leave the place. And unfortunately, according to the information we have, it's becoming extremely difficult for the people to leave el-Fasher city under the current situation.